storage shed there. And now the new engine house and the speeder shed here. So this track is now going to become the house track at Vandalia, and we're going to have a dock in here. This will be the new look here. Right in here we'll have this gravel continue over to here, so we'll be taking that out today and putting in a wood crossing. And then down here we'll figure out a place for this storage shed for the section. So that's going to be some change ups. I'm going to try to video it as I do it. It should be a very simple chore, and follow along with me. Thanks. Now, first thing we're going to need to do is clear everything out of our way, set it aside here so we have room to work and not mess up everything. Get this area cleared out. I'm going to bring this gravel across over to here. I may change this out also. We'll see. I want to make this railroad property instead of a county road. So anyway, first thing first, clearing stuff out, and then we have to wet this down so I can scrape it off with a putty knife. Very nice. I use about 25% white glue to 75% water when I apply my ground cover, and so it's very easy to take it back up again. Just spray it down, get it wet, and it scrapes right off. So follow along. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit here and just start spraying this down here. Get it good and wet. Then we can let it set. Okay, we've sprayed this down, let it set for a little bit. We'll start doing a little bit of scraping here. See how easy that comes up. And I want this to be gravel anyway, so somewhere where I'm going to reuse it, I suppose. This will be the area for my crossing, right in here. I don't do these how-to videos very well, but and of course my crossing here will be made from foam and then painted. I think I will take this road up. I don't know. I'll have to give that a little more thought. And that's good enough for right now. That'll get me a base for my road. Yeah, I'm just going to have white gravel in here. I hope this is videoing okay. I want my pump house sitting right there, so feather that out. And this is where the dock is going to sit. We'll need a little more water in here. Now my underlayment is Homosote in here, so I don't have to worry a whole lot about ruining any plywood or anything. Let that sit for a little bit. Okay, well that pretty much takes care of that. We'll let that dry out and we'll come back later. Well, I've got the dock installed, glued in. It's not set yet, but got to make sure your clearance is good. I put some weight on it to make sure it's down solid. Got a little shanty here, and for weigh bills or whatever, I don't know. That's yet to be determined. Now, when it dries out more, I'll put in my gravel and do the coloring for it. I'll use chalks on it to color it. Iowa is known for its white gravel everywhere. All the county roads are gravel, and we just hated it. It raised so much dust. But anyway, that's what we got. And then we've got I have to do the crossing here first. I'll have to lay that in and get the planks done for it, and then we can do the gravel. So stay tuned. Okay, I've got a piece of craft foam here, or Silly Winks or whatever. You can get it at Fleet Farm, or not Fleet Farm, but Walmart and Hobby Lobby. I get the big 11 by 18 sheets, 99 cents at Hobby Lobby. Goes a long way. You can get all different colors, black, gray, and this tan. I'll start with this tan because it's going to be a wooden plank, and then I'll color it and scribe it after I get it installed. But here's what I do to make my crossings. I lay it in where I want it, and I press it down over the rail hard, and then we come up with these lines. Now I'm going to cut in between the lines for the center of the crossing. Now I'm going to cut a little shy because we got to have room for wheel flanges. So we'll cut this shy. Now this will be the center section. It's going to be exactly the right curvature that we want. And there we go. And then we have the curvature for the outside. It'll go right up against the rail. That'll be the outside approach. And then the other side is this one. It's already got the curvature in it. So we'll, let's see here. I think this, yeah, this is where I did it from. So we'll get this side cut. And now we basically have our crossing. We'll get it all cut down and glued in place. So anyway, there's the crossing, if you can see it. And now we've got some more changes in here. This little shed will go right in this area here. I've wet it down. We want to have a little access into here, so we're going to be scraping this area out as time goes on and you operate your layout. You'll find things you wish you'd not done, And some things, yeah, well, just a little change will make it better. So be able to see this and accept the fact that, hey, I might have to tear some of this out. Yeah, it was hard work in the beginning, but maybe the new changes will be worth it. Yeah, we got a new railroad in here, so we got to make way for its needs. And it needs a section house and a material shed. Now we have a fairly level spot for this to set in. And I may even turn it a little bit as such to parallel the tracks, and we can make some either wood or concrete pad in here at the doorway. Yeah, guys, this is what I use for ballast and for my ground cover for roads, gravel roads. This is artist sand. I pick it up at Hobby Lobby. It comes in bags or it comes in the jars. It comes in black, different colors, but I use the black for my ballast. All of my ballast is the old cinder, what they called cinder, and this is going to be for my roads, and then I'll color it up with some chalks, pastels. So that's the method I use for my roads. This is the foam that I buy. I buy it at Hobby Lobby. It's called Silly Winks, and 11 by 18 sheet for 99 cents, and you can't beat it. Comes in several different colors. I use tan, gray, and black for my model railroad use. Silly Winks at Hobby Lobby. Okay, before we can really go any further, I'm going to have to take my chisel blade, X-Acto chisel blade, and my spikes in my Atlas Flex Track have to be shaved off, even with the tie, because they will lift the foam up above the top of the rail, so they do have to be cut off. Just make sure that they're shaved off smooth. That way your foam can lay down flat against the tie. I'll take and brush some of this out of the way here. But we've got to do this before we can lay our foam in. Now the foam lays exactly at the same height as the railhead. I use white glue, Elmer's white glue, or this Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue. It works also. And you want to get this right up against the web of the rail. Not so much on the tie. I mean, you'll get it on the tie too, but you want it on the web of the rail. Then after that gets glued down and stuck and dried, then we'll go over and do the scribing for the individual timbers. Sorry, but this educational type stuff isn't my forte, but I'm working on it. Come to an understanding of how to do this easily and successfully. See, I'm going to try this. No, that didn't work. There we go. That's going to go in on that side. Just be patient. Sometimes it just seems almost futile. But perseverance. See, I'm targeting that web on the rail. Push it in. I just want to run the car over it to make sure. Oh yeah, no problems. Okay guys, we're going to start over here laying in a little of this gravel, and I'm just going to pour it out of the jar here, get an ample amount and spread it out. These two tools are very handy for this. And I'm going to have a little grass showing up through some of my gravel, which is okay. Very light touch. Very light touch. Feather light. And it doesn't have to be perfect by any means. And if you get it in places that you don't want it, just simply brush it out. It's tedious work. And of course, you're going to have frustrations. Get tools out of my way here. And these are very flexible. And like for right here, just take your time. Take your time. That can all be covered with static grass again. Not a problem. Now, you want a mist. A mist only. Wet it down. Now comes the eyedropper part. This is a glue mixture. It's got a little bit of alcohol in with it. And this will spread. And the thinner you can make this glue mixture, the better it will be. Now I'm going to spritz that again. I'm going to really soak it. And now, basically, there's nothing left to do but let it dry. Well, here we are, the next day. Things have dried and things have changed. And we now have the house-track dock. This side of the crossing is done. We have the shed, the materials shed, and the speeder shed. So, we're making some progress. Today we're going to lay in the other side and blend it all in, and then after that we'll blend the whole gravel part in. But we've got this much progress made, so not bad. Okay, we're back at it again. Everything is dried out. We've got this. All that's left to do is color this in with chalks or pastels. But now we're going to lay in the gravel on this side today. So got my artist sand. This is super fine. That's why I like it for ballast, because in HO scale it's a good size and excellent for ballast. So here we go. We're just going to add, we're going to make our ramp up to there and get our gravel spread to there. Now our trusty palette knife will allow us to spread it out and feather it right into the old. And I love the flexibility of these palette knives. You just have to kind of check it to see that there's no lumps, bumps, or problems with it. When you get it all leveled the way you want it, then well, that looks good right there. Now use that. Steady hand. Okay. Let's see, I need a little stiffer brush here. Get this out of the flange ways. All right, I think we've got it. I'm going to leave that, and now we're going to spritz it. is soaked down really good. And everything will blend in. This area where the sand is thick, you want to really get it wet. Okay, we've got our bottle of glue with our little dipper here, dripper. And we'll just add our glue. Don't let your dropper touch the sand. Just hold it just above it. Yeah, this is spreading out a lot better today than yesterday. I got this thinned down a little bit better. And for whatever reason, we're getting some bubbles here. Ooh, yeah, I don't like to do this when it's wet like this. Sometimes you don't have any choice. And this can always be gone over again. So anyway, that's applied. Now I'm gonna do another spritz. Come on here. See, that's what you don't want, is that nozzle spray. Okay, so now that's just going to have to settle out and dry. Blend those in. And I think we're going to be all right there. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. So that takes care of that situation. And let's see here, we'll put the depot back in place. We are getting hit with that big snowstorm. I mean, it's going out there. The flakes are that big around. And we've been having between 50 and 70 degree weather. And now, bam, it's coming across the west. Been through Nebraska and Minnesota, and now it's hitting us. So, anyway, in for the duration. But what better thing can you do than this, huh? So, now it's wait. Just wait. So that takes care of this for now. Well, we'll do a little close-up here. Got this side laid in, up to the crossing. We have our crossing, we have our house track dock, and after this all dries, then I'll put pigment in and get it all blended in to the other. We don't want this bright white, although Iowa's gravel is bright white, but it is so dusty, it's terrible. Anyway, that's what's used. So, it's going along good. No problems thus far. Hope you enjoyed it.